Alright guys, so it is the next day now and we are going to continue the installation of the shock tower brace. So I did finish the power steering fluid, the new reservoir, and oh my god dude, like the car just drives way better. The steering wheel, the way that it turns, it's like not super heavy, but it's definitely a big difference. So we're going to be working right here in the rear, and I'm going to show you guys how to install the SR Performance shock tower brace. Alright guys, so we are about to install the SR Performance shock tower brace that goes on the rear of your trunk. And basically all I did was I removed the bolts over there that you can see with the torque drill, and it was super easy. Like if you guys search up videos on how to remove it, they're gonna show you that you need like a special tool or like an 8mm socket or an 8mm wrench. And I had even bought this little tool right here. So it's called the shock absorber socket, and it's supposed to go on top. Basically connect it to one of these, right? You hold it because the shock actually moves, so it spins. Whenever you try to remove the nut, it's actually going to spin. So you have to hold one, and then with the other wrench you push against each other. So one pushes left, the other one pushes right, just so you can loosen it up. And honestly, this shit did not fucking work. Piece of shit. Probably works for some other cars, but not mine. And you could even see, like, I was starting to strip the little I don't even know what it's called, the puntito right there. So I just gave up and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use the torque drill, and it just made it way easier. Literally with like one button I just took it out, and yeah, I'm just gonna put it back on. So this is gonna be the next step. So pretty much you guys are just gonna take off the rubber bushing and then the metal piece, put the shock tower brace up top just like that, and then you put rubber bushing back up. We already finished doing one side, so you're just gonna put the rubber bushings on top of the strut tower brace. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are finished with the installation. This is what it looks like right here in the trunk. I didn't cut any of the carpet just because, like, what's the point of doing that extra work? I mean, nobody's really gonna be looking in the back of your trunk anytime. And honestly, this thing looks pretty cool right here in the trunk.
Several days later.
Alright guys, welcome back to a new video. In this one, we're actually going to be doing the final stages of prepping the car for the track, which is actually tomorrow. So I know it's a little bit rushed, but you know, stuff happens, been working a lot, and this is the only day that I had to actually work on the car. So we're just going to install a front tow hook. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do it. I also have the adjustable Panhard bar that I'm going to install as well. I'm going to be showing you guys the process right now. But the first part that we're gonna do is we're actually gonna be removing the front bumper, and I'm gonna try to see if I could install one of the tow hooks that I got. I ordered like 3 just to make sure, and I wish I would have ordered there's an SVE one, and I'll put a picture like on the screen so you guys can see it. That one is obviously easy and it's made for this car, but by the time that I ordered it, it wasn't gonna arrive here on time. Track days tomorrow, so I have to do this today, and I'm hoping that everything's gonna be fine, and if not, then I'm gonna just take the L. But yeah, let's try to install it. So let's remove the front bumper. Alright guys, so it's been a little bit over an hour maybe, and I basically took off the front bumper. Also had to take off, there was this little it's like styrofoam, it goes in front of your support brace right here. I took that off, and then I was looking around for some bolts. So this is the one that goes onto the support brace right here, and none of these fit, none of these were long enough. This is too short. I ended up finding one, but I kind of what is it called, I stripped this one, so ended up finding that one, and then also had nuts for it. So this box came in handy. And I got this tow hook from Harbor Freight, and this is the setup right here, right under the front fog light. And I'm hoping that once I take this little grill cover off right here, that you're gonna be able to access it. And if you see right there, it kind of lines up. So we're just gonna hope for the best. Hopefully that works. And I mean, we have the tow hook installed, so if I show up to the track and they say, where's your tow hook? Well, it's right here. All right, so this is gonna be the moment of truth to see if the tow hook actually works and it's functional. We're just gonna take this off right here and check it out, guys. Look at that. Look at how perfect it fit. I was so worried. I thought this wasn't gonna work. Look at that. Oh my god. I'm actually so happy that this worked. All right, guys, so I just finished installing the front tow hook. And basically on the requirements for the track day, you just need a front tow hook or a rear tow hook. They recommend having both, but honestly, I don't think I'm gonna have time to do both sides. I still gotta check my tire pressures, make sure I have no leaks, do all of that. But check it out, guys. This is how it came out. So I just turn my flash on. You could just see it underneath. It pokes out perfectly and it's nice and sturdy. This is capable of up to 10,000 pounds of towing. So if you guys want to get one of these for your 2005 to 2009 Mustang, I'm not sure if it's going to work for the 11 through 14 S197s as well, but I basically got that tow hook at Harbor Freight and it was only $9. And the nut and the bolt, I just had that laying around. The one of the nut is 13 millimeters, and then the bolt I guess would also be 13 millimeters. You just need a longer one. Then you need a long one, maybe such as this size, but if you could get like an even longer one like this, I think that'll be better. Maybe not as long, just half the size. So yeah, half the size. This would be a perfect size for a bolt that you would need to use. And yeah, that's all you're gonna need, guys. And then a 13 millimeter nut. So you just tighten it, screw it on, and then there you go, you got your tow hook. Next up on the install, we're gonna be installing the rear adjustable Panhard bar. So as you can see right here, this thing is heavy. I don't know if I could curl it. Yeah, I could curl it, but it feels heavy, it feels sturdy. So we're gonna install this in the rear, and then I think that should be good. So let's get started with that, guys. Let's do it. All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna do to install the Panhard bar is basically remove this nut right here. This is an 18 millimeter. So just unscrew this one. This one is on the driver's side, and then we're gonna do the one on the passenger side that's up there. So let's get started, guys. It should be a quick install. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And just put PB blaster right here, and a little technique form right here. If you don't want to take off the sway bar, because if I took it off, I could just use a torque gun. But basically this is my technique. Hold a nice long ratchet like this, and then use some strength, just push up, kind of like you're doing a bench press. So once you do that, it should just loosen up just like that. All right, so after a lot of twisting, I removed the bolt, and then this is on the other side attached to it. So see, it's nice and loose. Should be easy to take off. You just gotta do the other side. All right, let's get over there. All right, so same thing on this side. Just put some PB blaster, so the bolt will hopefully come off a little easier. And this one's also an 18 millimeter. Let me just spray this side. And now it's all over my hand. All right, now let's wait a little bit, and then we'll hopefully loosen this bolt pretty easily, guys. So the old Panhard bar has just been removed, and I was actually having trouble removing it, but I just loosened up this bolt right here. If you guys can see it, make sure to loosen this one up a little bit, and then it should just fall down, because this actually tightens this whole piece of metal right here. And obviously the tighter it is, the harder this is going to be to pull out. But there you go, there's the old Panhard bar. So now we're gonna measure the other one, and we're gonna align them perfectly so that I could just put it back in, and then we'll be done with the install. Let's do it. All right, so I unthreaded both sides actually. Earlier I had just threaded one side, but now, I mean, the threads are kind of even, so it should be good. Everything's aligned perfectly. So we're just gonna set this back up, and then I'll show you guys which way goes in which, and yeah, we're gonna be done. So real quick, before I install the Panhard bar back in, we're just gonna grease the bushings. So you just gotta pop this in right here, just like that. And then let me take this off actually. Remove it on both sides, and then we're just gonna grease the bushings real quick. Now let's do the other side. good. And then I'll probably add a little bit more once it's actually installed. So let's put this back on and then should be good. So look, this is the difference, by the way. Look at how much thicker the new one is compared to the older one. It's a huge difference. So we're gonna be, to install it actually, we're gonna be doing it this way. So just like that, that's how we're gonna install it. This side facing up, this one going down, and yeah, let's get that installed, guys. There we go. Alright, so we have one side installed. It's not torqued down yet. I did just grease it as well. So now we're gonna do the other side, guys. Alright, so even though we had to line the Panhard bar exactly how it was meant to before, it didn't actually fit. So what you need to do is just turn the middle right here, and then it's gonna even it out. Or once you're done making sure that, you know, everything is aligned and perfect, then you tighten these right here. But we first have to drop the car in order to make sure that everything is fine. So that's what we're gonna do real quick, and yeah, we're just gonna lock in these nuts real quick, and then after that we'll be good. Alright guys, so everything looks good. I checked the measurement, the gap between my wheel and the actual car, and it was about 3 inches on both sides. So that means it's pretty even. So now we just have to torque it down to 130 foot-pounds on all the bolts, and then we also have to tighten the middle of the Panhard bar. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and then, you know, gonna move on to the next thing, probably take a break, and then yeah, hopefully tomorrow will be a good track day. Hopefully this will make a big difference to the car. I already got the lower control arms. All I need is the sway bars and eventually a Watts link, but for now this should do. So yeah, keep watching the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so we're done. Finally, we torqued down, greased the bushings, torqued down the nuts, and this is how the rear end is looking suspension wise. Got the lower control arms, and now we got the adjustable Panhard bar. So next up, probably get the sway bars. So once we do that, this is gonna look a lot way better, and I'm just gonna try to tighten these a little bit more just so everything feels nice. But as you guys can see, it's sturdy as fuck. This thing is sturdy. I just need to tighten these more. So I'm gonna just use a little mallet and a little one of these and just like hit it, and then we should be good.